Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today is a big day. It is exactly 1 week before I get back on the road. I have been back in Bangkok since November, middle of November, so November, December, January, February, and now it's March, so almost 5 months. I did a little bit of travel in here, but this trip was more getting my business established. I'm doing a lot of things to kind of launch my new brand that'll be coming up really soon. But yeah, it's time to get back on the road. And it's funny because if everything goes as planned, this is probably going to be my last long trip, long time away from a home base. So I'll be going until beginning of July. So middle of March to beginning of July, I'll be back on the road. And it's interesting. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over what my travel plans are, a little bit about why they changed from the last time I talked to you guys about my travel plans. Knowing about your travel style, I'm looking at my notes. Change your travel style, and I need your help with something that's coming up, okay? So I fly out of Bangkok on Saturday, next Saturday on the 18th. I fly directly to London, and I literally have like a 2-hour layover in London. Then I go from London to Berlin, and then I get to Berlin like the night of the 18th of March. And then I'm in Berlin for that entire week. While in Berlin, I'll be working with one of my favorite tour companies ever. I don't know if you guys have been to my website, www.minoritynomad.com, and saw the article I wrote about the Vatican, the private Vatican tour that I did, and how amazing that thing was. This is the same company, Context Travels. I'll leave a link below to the company, but I'll be doing a tour about Nazism and terror in Berlin. And then I'll be going up to Poland after that week to do some stuff up there as well. So it's going to be a really good visit. So I'm going to Berlin, which is one of my favorite cities. It was I considered it one of my bases in Europe. It's a place that I go to quite often. I stay there quite a bit. And what I wanted to do was show you guys a little bit more Berlin, because if you guys remember from the last time I went to Berlin, I didn't really get to show you guys much of anything. And since it's going to be late March, hopefully the weather's a lot better this time. So I'll be there with my friend Jay. You guys are going to see Jay again. My Thai friend Jay is actually flying in to meet me in Berlin, because he's going to be in Europe on business as well. Which is the cool thing about having France International, where you can just meet up in Berlin and then you can separate and then you can meet up again. So he's meeting me in Berlin. We're going to kick it in Berlin for about a week. Then we're going to fly from Berlin to this place called Breslau, Poland, which is in the south of Poland. The flight was like $5.17, a one-way ticket. We're going to go from there, and we're going to try to find our way to Belarus. So Belarus this year just opened up visa-free travel for Americans, and since I'm trying to go to every country in the world, obviously, it was the perfect time to get in there. So you get 5 days of visa-free travel, so I'm going to go to Belarus. I'm probably only going to do 3 days in Belarus, because I actually have to get back for a flight. So we're going to go to Belarus for 2 or 3 days, and then we're going to come back, and we're probably going to go to Warsaw. We're going to split in Warsaw. We're going to kick in Warsaw for like 3 days. I'm going to go up to Gdańsk, which is in the north, and Jay's going to actually fly out. So yeah, that's going to be the beginning of our trip. After Gdańsk, I fly from Gdańsk to Malta, which is also a new country. I'll be in Malta for 3.5 days. So touring around Malta. And it's funny, 2 days ago, the Azores window, like that you guys saw in Game of Thrones, which is in Malta, it fell. It collapsed into the ocean. So now it's not there anymore. That's one of those things, like, see stuff while you can, because nature has a funny way of, making things go away real quick. And like, it wasn't even a man-made issue. Like, people didn't do anything. It just fell. Like, it was just time for it to go. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but I'm still looking forward to going to see a new country. I go from Malta over to Rome, so I'll spend maybe a day in Rome. I'm just not in the mood for Rome right now. I love Rome. It's one of my favorite cities, but I don't know. I just don't feel like staying in Rome too long. So I'll probably do like a day in Rome, like the day I fly in. And I just found out Ryanair sent me a email 2 days ago saying that my flight is actually 4 hours later than it was going to be. So I'm actually arriving in Rome at like 8:30 at night now. So what I'm thinking about doing is grabbing a hotel or hostel or something close to the airport and then just leaving right out, or close to the train station, and then taking the train straight out and maybe go to Florence. I have a flight out of Milan 4 days later from when I arrive in Rome. So I think I might go straight to Milan and try to kind of do some touristy stuff in Milan. Last time I was there, I did not get to do much touristy stuff because it was during the, there was some festival. What was it? I can't remember what festival. It was a big festival. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know what it is. It happens often. But it was hosted by Milan that year, and everything was booked out. So this time, hopefully I can actually stay in the city of Milan and show you guys a little bit of Milan. Then I fly from Milan, and this is beginning of April now. I fly from Milan to Luxembourg, which is also a new city. And I get to Luxembourg on April 12th. And yeah, from April 12th to the 21st, I have a window. So this is where I need you guys, if you guys are still listening to my rambling. I need to know where I should go between April 12th and April 21st. After this is done, I'll have 2 countries left, which is Albania and Cyprus. But I want to leave 2 countries on each continent for the end, to be like my final country, so I can kind of make a big event out of it. So I'm not going to touch Albania, I'm not going to touch Cyprus, so that means I've actually been everywhere else in Europe. So for that time period, 8 days before I have to get to Copenhagen, what do you guys think I should do? Where should I go? What should I go see? Yeah, and that basically finishes Europe. I go to Copenhagen on the 21st for the weekend, catch up with some friends, and then I fly to New York City on the 24th. And I'll be in, for anybody who's in New York or around the New York City area, oh, sorry, I'm checking the time. The New York City area, let me know, because I'm doing a meetup. I believe it's that Thursday. I've done a Facebook group or whatever. If you want to meet in New York City, let me know. I'll be in New York all week. I've got a couple meetings in the city. It'll be great. I love meeting viewers and readers and friends and family. So just let me know. So I'll be the week of the 24th. That entire week I'll be in New York City, which I'm looking forward to. I haven't been to New York in spring in quite a long time. Then I go to Texas. Go spend time with family for about 2.5, 3 weeks in Texas. I also have to get some insurance stuff done, some insurance and some tax stuff squared away. Well, a lot of people don't realize is being a digital nomad. I'm getting tired of using that title, but being a digital nomad, like taxes are a pain in the ass to deal with. And sometimes you have to deal with them in person, especially when you have letters of incorporation, articles of incorporation, excuse me, and business licenses and stuff you have to deal with. So I have to go home and deal with all that stuff. So I'll be there. Now this might change. So now is on to my international travel again. This might all get pushed up a little sooner because talking to family, I might actually need to be back sooner. But as of right now, I'll be in Costa Rica for a week, which I've been to. Nicaragua, which I've never been to. El Salvador, never been to. Guatemala, never been to. Belize, never been to. So that'll be 4 new countries in the course of a month. And I'll be trying to spend 1 week in each. And you know what, be honest. I'm going to transition to the next point I was going to try to make. I'm not really that excited about Central America because I got into a conversation with a friend of mine who lives in Belize. And she was asking where I was going. I said, look, all I have scheduled right now is Belize City. And she just started kind of going off about how bad Belize City is, how dangerous it is, blah, blah, blah. And basically nobody ever goes to Belize City and everybody goes to, like the islands, goes to the beach, the front, and goes into the jungles. And doing research and being in this industry so long, I know what Central America is about. Central America is about natural beauty. It's a naturally beautiful place. I've only been to Costa Rica and Panama, and that's the truth of the matter. The best parts about Costa Rica and Panama are the nature, the natural things. So for her to say that about Belize isn't surprising, and what I've researched is the same, and everywhere else, Nicaragua, Guatemala, the same. The problem for me is I don't like that. I don't like nature at all. I'm not a beach dude. You guys know, you never see me on the beach. It's rare. If you do see me on the beach, it's me walking, like in shorts and t-shirt and sneakers. to show you guys the beach, but I don't go to the beach. I derive no pleasure from nature. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to be around it. It's just not my thing. And I think that goes back to like this, what I was talking about before, is knowing your travel style, and don't let anybody else make you feel bad for having the preferences that you have in travel, especially when they ain't paying for shit. Like if somebody was paying for my travels, I'd go wherever anybody tells me, but nobody's paying for it, so I'll go where I want. With this project, this is where this project to go to every country in the world becomes difficult, because I always like to say boring people get bored. But there's also something to be said about a place that doesn't offer things that entertain you. And granted, I haven't been yet, so I don't know. But it makes me nervous and apprehensive, because I'm like, well, I don't want to sit in a jungle. I don't want to go on any treks or mountain hikes, because I've done it and I don't enjoy it. Like I always tell people to try things, and yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But we'll see. I'm lucky. I'm a big fan of cigars. I'm a big fan of coffee. So I might try. I want to try a way I can turn this into a big story, and actually just kind of explore the coffee and cigar cultures in these different countries, especially in Nicaragua, like especially there. So hopefully I can coordinate that. And we'll see, guys. We'll see. But you guys will definitely be getting regular updates from that. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, okay. So, like I just said, I'm going to Central America. This should take me until earliest June 22nd, the latest July 1st. It just depends. I have to be back in Asia in July. There was absolutely no way I can miss coming back to Asia in July. I've way too many business things lined up not to come back. But what I'm thinking about is going home to Cleveland for 4th of July weekend. And here's why I'm apprehensive. Because people get shot. And I love my family, but my family tends to be a little hood. Like a little hood at times. And I love them. I'll happily spend as much time as I can with them and my friends. But do I want to put myself in that position to where something can pop off? And I'm not saying nothing can happen in Bangkok or Medellin or Berlin. What I'm saying is it's a high probability that something's going to happen at the 4th of July weekend celebrations that I would end up at with friends and family, because I can't go home and my cousin's having a cookout and I'll be like, no, I ain't gonna go because I think somebody's gonna shoot. Like, you can't do that. You gotta go. I don't know if I even want to put myself in that position, that awkward position, but my granny, I just talked to my grandmother like maybe an hour before I started doing this video, and she's making me feel mad guilty for not being home. Like, she's making me feel real bad for not going home. And you know, grannies have this subtle way of making you feel bad. Like, I don't know what, it's like a superpower, like, of making you feel bad without making you feel bad, if that makes any sense. I don't know, man. Comment below if your granny can make you feel bad. Because for me, my grandmother is the only person whose opinion I really respect. Like, if she says something, I really listen to it. If she says I'm fucking up, it must be something wrong. Like, she has earned that position in my life as the one moral authority. My grandmother is my moral authority, even though she's ultra religious, and which I am not. I have huge issues with organized religion, but I would never say that to my grandmother. And if she tells me something, you know, it's always followed by. I don't want to go into that, guys. But yeah, tell me below if your granny can make you feel guilty. And honestly, guys, I think I'm going to end up going home because I just don't have a good excuse not to go when it comes to my grandmother. So I'll be there, it seems. And I wanted to talk to you guys about why I'm not going to go to South America. I remember I talked to you guys before about this trip that I was going to do South America and Central America, but something cool kind of came up, and I think this was a really smart shift, not only for money, but for content creation. So you guys see how tight this schedule is. So I really have only middle of May until the beginning of July. So really a month and a half. Trying to squeeze South America, which is not very well connected. I mean, it is so expensive to fly between countries, and Central America would have been a financial nightmare, and it just would have been rushing. It would have been just go, 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 go. And South America deserves more than that. I've got so many amazing friends in South America that I want to see in Argentina, in Chile, in Colombia, and Brazil. I was like, man, I don't want to rush it. I really want to see everybody I can. So what I decided to do is, my friend Rick Gonzarian, I can't pronounce Rick's last name. My friend Rick. Rick's also trying to go to every country in the world. I think I'm at 92. I want to say he's at like 101 or something. He's a little bit ahead of me. So he also has never been to Guyana, Suriname, French Guinea. And we decided, I reached out to him and asked him, like, look, if I postpone my trip to South America, would you be willing to go so we can kind of do a kind of collaboration thing? And he was totally down for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet up in the U.S. in January, right after New Year's Eve. By the way, I will be home for Christmas and New Year's this year, which is kind of a big deal. So we're going to fly from the U.S., probably Chicago, to Venezuela. And we're going to go from Venezuela, which he's never been to either. We're going to go from Venezuela over, and we're just going to do those other 3 countries. After we're done with those 3, I believe he has to fly home. He has to come back to Asia. And then I'll go to Brazil. I'll go to Bolivia, Peru, Colombia, and Chile. And I'll be doing that January, February, March, and April. So basically I'll have 4 months. I'll have 4 months to kind of explore the region. And then I'll come back to Asia to go back to work. So yeah, that's my schedule right now. God, I know I'm super rambly on this one. Where are we at? And that's it, guys. So right now, today is a beautiful Saturday. I have one more video I want to record for you guys, and I'm going to get out there and spend my last Saturday in Bangkok exploring. I'm going to get a massage. I'm going to get some mango sticky rice. I might do a little shopping for some friends and families that I'm actually about to go see, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, I've been off the road for quite a long time, and I think it's time to get back out there because I'm getting antsy. I feel like kind of creatively stifled. So I have a lot of cool things coming up, a lot of different video techniques I'm practicing. I'm gonna get back into my photography. I feel my Instagram is getting a little stale. Also, I wanted to ask you guys to please follow me on Instagram. I am pushing Instagram stories really hard because I'll be on the road. These vlogs won't be able to be up as frequently as usual. It'll be big breaks between these videos, unfortunately, especially when I get down to Central America, which has terrible Wi-Fi in Costa Rica and Panama. I know. So if you guys could follow me on Instagram, it'll be a lot easier for us to connect and interact because I always have my phone, and I can upload stories, I can answer questions, everything's like that. So please follow me on Instagram. I've got a link below, but it's Minority Nomad. It's only me. I'm the only one out there. So again, guys, leave the world better than you found it. I will see you in the next video.